There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your grave.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Send in the cloud.
I had two very strange dreams in a row about the same thing last night.
Oh, yeah?
About being kidnapped by people that don't have any control over me. Tiny Indian men.
Tiny
Both
Indian
of the times
men?
it was tiny Indian men.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you watching Gulliver's Travels before you fell asleep?
Oh, no. I was, I remember I had fallen asleep in the lobby of a 7-Eleven.
So they were just trying to get you out of the 7-Eleven.
Please go. And I'm just like, this is my home.
Right,
This is my home.
Everywhere there's a slushie, there will be I.
You said I get free refills, and I'm not done.
You didn't buy you didn't buy any soda, so you're just stealing the soda.
Well, forgive me to be forgiven. I didn't know that was a circumstance of the contract I was supposed to sign.
Welcome to the show, everyone. That's Marcus Parks. I'm Ben Kitzel. It's 2014, and we're joined by Thief. Who is he? He's Baby New Year. That's great. Half aborted Baby New Year. Can't you believe it? The abortion didn't stick. Unbelievable. And how do you feel, half aborted Baby New Year? Your mother didn't win. You fought your way out of that disgusting cavernous pussy, and you're here to save America. Well, isn't he adorable? With all the phlegm and the blood there.
2014's gonna be a good year.
It's got to be better than the last one. No doubt about
Holy
that.
shit.
Well, we are going to continue on discussing.
We're back, though.
We're back. And,
yeah.
And, you know, honestly, we missed you. 1 week off is too many weeks off.
Mm-hmm. Christmas fucking blows.
Christmas is awful.
I understand maybe you like Christmas. But guess what? Yeah,
Sure.
I guess a lot of people, it's like when you have a toothache and you stick your tongue deep in your own cavity.
And
you're
it
like,
hurts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why you like Christmas.
It's like when you have your third burrito in a row and you're like, oh, my tummy hurts, but you have to have it.
Is a diarrhea fucking milkshake. I hate that fucking holiday. I'm glad it's over. Fuck Jesus Christ. Fuck his fucking birthday. Hail Satan.
Well, let's not judge people who might enjoy a nice diarrhea milkshake, though. We're open-minded here. If you're into the diarrhea milkshake,
oh,
we're
it's
all
so good to
for
be
you.
back. I hate December. Everyone's just all like,
Yep.
oh, I'm Jesus. Oh, I'm presents. Yeah, you gotta help people.
I think they focus more on the presents.
Yeah, they do.
That's why Christmas is
Absolutely.
such bullshit.
People are fucking animals during Christmas.
But speaking of bizarre fetishes, such as a diarrhea milkshake, if someone likes to slam one of those down. Part 2, John Wayne Gacy. Is there...
Wait a second, I hear something off in the distance.
Oh, my. Dad?
Is it a flute?
Pointy shoes?
A man is emerging through the mist.
A thin man?
No. He is round as
Round
a
man.
stack of marshmallows.
Oh, my.
Pointed hat.
Who is he? Who is he, Henry?
I can't see yet.
Wow.
Aren't we a pair?
I see him now,
This is
too.
longer than I thought.
Yeah.
She's doing this slow.
Slow
She's
singing.
eating up attention. This is Babs, right?
Yeah, this is Babs.
Miss Streisand.
Wait for it. Send in the clouds. John Wayne Gacy's back.
John Wayne Gacy. Introed by Barbara Streisand. Well, the world is complete. 2014 has already beat any other year in the history of the world.
So, as you may recall from our previous entry into the John Wayne Gacy part of last podcast,
Yes.
we ended with John Wayne Gacy popping his chair.
Yeah, popping his old killer cherry. It was quite a cliffhanger.
Absolutely. I guess the big surprise was it says turn to page 58. It was like, and then he wrestles the boy, turn to page 58. Goes back to
58 of your book, the John Wayne Gacy book.
Yeah. You
Written by,
flip to-
what's the name of the lawyer again?
Yeah, Sam Emirante.
Emirante.
No, you cut to it's choose your own adventure. You get to that. You choose your one adventure, and he came his pants. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, you're trying to, that was just a long way
I
to
was
say
trying
John
to say
Wayne.
he came his pants.
Yeah, well, what Gacy said following the first murder, this is in an interview after his arrest, back before he was saying that other people had committed the murders, he said, when it was all over, I looked down at the pants he'd worn to bed. They were covered with blood, but with something else, too. During the struggle, I had experienced a powerful
Nutella.
sexual release.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that death was the ultimate thrill.
So it sounds like that is death, the ultimate thrill.
Yeah.
It sounds like he didn't realize that he ejaculated.
Can you imagine?
Can you secretly come?
I imagine it's more like you're stabbing, going, but you don't realize how hard you are, and then it's just shooting out of you in ropes, right?
Right.
That's how I imagine it always. Like when BTK came over that little boy, I always imagined him just going like, and like just shooting fucking spider webs all over.
Yeah, like a little silly string can that never runs out.
Yeah, yeah.
With the miracle of the silly string. I'll remember that Halloween
I can't
forever.
believe you got this ammonia scented fucking silly string for my 7th grade birthday.
Just
You
keep on
fucking
huffing it,
bitch.
okay?
Gacy said when the guy first cut
I'm
his
so
arm.
hungover, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We all are. All right, this is New Year's Day. But Gacy said when the kid first cut his arm, because he got into a bit of a struggle with him.
Oh, the kid didn't want to get raped and murdered?
No, he did not.
He didn't want it.
He did not.
Well, he woke.
Typical rebellious youth.
What was his name again?
His name was
He had a good
Jack,
dead boy name.
Jack McCoy.
This is what I'm saying.
And John Wayne Gacy referred to him as the Greyhound bus boy
That is disgusting.
because he had picked him up from a Greyhound bus. The
Jack
actual
McCoy.
scenario was Gacy
Right.
was at a New Year's Eve party with his wife. He got wasted. He got bored. He ran over to the Greyhound bus station. He picked up this kid, Jack McCoy. He was on a sightseeing tour of
I can
Chicago.
only see him like all
Right.
tan with that like half open 70s shirt. You see his collarbone. And he's like, "Gee, Mister, I don't know. I'm only 15, but I guess I can go with you. You look respectable. You say you're a cop."
Well, I told you I was drunk anyway, so that's worth something. It's Chicago. I mean, what could they have possibly done at this New Year's Eve party that wasn't going to bore John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah.
I mean, the man just wanted to go rape and murder a kid, so you could have had strippers, you could have had midgets, you could have had the Wolf of Wall Street scene where they're throwing little people against a dartboard.
Well,
and
I
you'd
bet
be like,
he had
"Nah."
already burned through a chunk of the dips.
Right,
as
yeah.
well.
Well, thank God John left. There's still a little guacamole I might be able to get on my chip.
Well, when the kid, and so they go home. They probably just have a blowjob, something like that. The kid
Yeah,
wakes
something
up
They
the
just
next
have
day.
a blowjob, like it's a cup of tea.
Just
Let's go have a blowjob.
Yeah. All right, how do you like it? 1 lump or 2? Yeah. You know?
So Gacy wakes up the next morning. He said that the kid stayed in the other room. You ask where was his wife? His wife stayed at the house of the people who were having the New Year's Eve party.
Being a real bitch.
She was wasted.
I mean, just being awful. And the kid shows up at the door with a knife in his hand. Gacy freaks out immediately. He tries grabbing the knife from the kid. The kid slices him on the arm. Gacy said that he, quote, felt a surge of power from my toes to my brain.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And he grabbed the knife from the kid, sat on his chest, and just stabbed him in the chest over and over and over again. And that is when he went to the kitchen and saw a couple of eggs cooking and
Bacon.
an unsliced side of bacon.
That's
and he
right.
realized that the kid was just making him breakfast.
He was the
Right.
best prostitute in the tri-state area. Can you imagine you were
yeah.
a prostitute? Not only did you blow a 50-year-old
Sure.
man, but then you made him fucking breakfast?
Unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Above and beyond.
No, Gacy was only 30.
What?
Yeah, when this happened, Gacy was 30 years
These
old.
always kind of had the look of a 50-year-old.
That's the thing.
And it's just like this woman, was this dude like a former like bellhop at the plaza?
Yeah.
Like, does he just know how to take care of the customer?
I mean, did the kid tell him? I was just trying to make you bacon and eggs. I've heard that before, kid.
I'm having breakfast.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I'm making fucking breakfast too. I'm making raspberry jam, you bitch.
Yeah, you're the jam. My nuts are the raspberries.
and Jack
So
McCoy, he was the first kid to go into the crawl space.
So, which, there's got to be a first for everything. He's a real pioneer, a real Jackie Robinson of the crawl space. So this party, what we learned from this New Year's Eve party at this point is John Wayne Gacy left halfway through because he was drunk, bored, and ate all the food. And then his wife got so wasted she had to stay overnight. And
Yeah.
as she was staying overnight, he murdered a kid.
Yeah.
This is great.
We shouldn't
in
have the
fact-
Gacy's over for New Year's Eve anymore.
You know,
Have you
in
ever thought
fact,
about that?
John Wayne Gacy's very first murder happened 42 years ago today.
That's right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Is that appropriate?
No.
No,
Definitely not.
I don't know sometimes.
Again, murdered the boy and put it with the crawl space there. Okay, so we have our first kill. John Wayne Gacy is officially losing his mind.
Well, now he discovered just this is exactly what we talk about. This is the ultimate deadly mistake. This is him finally tying murder to his sexual impulse,
right.
and it's going to be the only way he gets off from here on out. Can you imagine? Because that's a part of it too. Because I bet during the mixture of all of these, which is kind of crazy when you go through the Wikipedia page of his murders, it is so long because you forget it's fucking 33 separate ones, and they have all the bodies. It's not just a bunch of no names.
Only 25 were identified.
I mean, then there's the countless other ones that could have happened. Never mind probably the countless other rapes, the countless other sexual assaults. And I bet there's probably a couple in there of him just trying to get a blowjob. Like literally just being like, I got this kid from the Greyhound. I'd love for him to just play with my nuts for an afternoon and hopefully that gets me off.
Right.
But I bet by that point, it doesn't even make you come anymore.
It is a pretty bad Uzi surprise when you realize murdering a child makes you come. I would not be thrilled with that new information.
Mm-hmm.
I would much prefer to
I don't want
feel
anything
really bad about
besides
myself.
just having sex with a normal human make me come. I'd be upset if like filling a car with gas made me come. You know, if I stuck my fucking pipe into the goddamn the gas hole. And you know what I'm starting?
Sounds really erotic.
I'm starting shooting all over my pants. Now I can't just go to the fucking gas station anymore.
Right.
Because every time I go to the gas station, I'm hard as a Christmas fucking angel on top of a tree.
Right. Well, I don't know what kind of family you grew up with, but our angel was always very soft.
What? It didn't have a big like
flaccid.
hard...
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
See, I have an angel on top of my tree that has giant leather like bat wings. They came from real leather bat wings, and it's got one of those like weird like druidic like sharp like erections on the front of it.
Ooh. Yeah. And that's kind of interesting.
My dad sucks it. That weird?
No,
real weird.
That is, everyone has a different Christmas tradition.
We're Polish.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's a Polish thing. Yes.
So 4 months after this, John Wayne Gacy, he goes out, he finds a kid, he tells him, hey, I'm a cop, get into the car. He handcuffs him, and they talk for a little bit, and Gacy said, what's it worth to you to get out of this? And the kid says, I don't have any money, I can't do anything. And he said, would you suck my dick?
Absolutely.
That's when Gacy takes the boy to the restaurant where the boy worked at like 3:30 in the morning. The kid had keys, forced himself in. They were in the bathroom. He was still handcuffed. Gacy punched the fucking kid in the head over and over again, but the kid managed to escape. He ran down the road. Gacy bumped him with his car, and then which this happens every once in a while. He just lost interest, and the kid got away.
His hard on went down, and the
exactly.
fantasy is broken.
Yeah.
Because he's so deeply involved in his fantasy of like he's a cop, that all this is real, that and
the kid didn't respect him.
hard-boiled like graphic novel sex fantasies.
Yeah. And at some point, the kid doesn't respect him. He punched him multiple times in the face, and he couldn't knock him out, so he felt like a bitch.
Yeah, but that kid went on to make How to Make a Deal for NBC.
Which is a fantastic
because they talked about it. You pick and
show.
choose what you have to do. It's about negotiation.
And at some point when you're driving down the highway, the kid's outside of the car. He's fat. He's tired. It's probably 4:30 in the morning at this point.
Absolutely. He's hammered.
Fuck it.
I guess
Always drunk.
Yeah, what does he give a shit? Yeah, he's just like, well, I guess I'll go drink some more and stick my dick inside
I'm
this.
running out of gas. Better go breathe in the gas tank a little bit.
Yeah. Just go down and look in a crawl space for a little bit at a couple of dead naked boys. You're fine. You'll get your fix.
And if you ask, okay, so this boy got away. He wasn't actually murdered. Why wasn't Gacy put away for this? The kid did go to the cops.
May I ask?
Huh?
Why wasn't Gacy put away for this?
He wasn't. The kid went to the cops, but for some reason at the time, the court system so overworked that Gacy slipped through the cracks and he was let off with a warning.
The irony.
What do you mean a warning?
A warning.
How do you warn somebody
rape
who
and
just
kill any
attempted-
more kids, John?
It's just because you're getting it all the time. He was already arrested for sodomy in another state. There are countless other kids which we're going to go through that he raped and then got away.
Yeah, well, at that time, the states didn't really communicate with each other because he had been charged with another assault just a few months after he got out of prison. But because the two states didn't communicate with each other, they didn't have a VICAP system at that time.
There was a time in America where state lines actually meant something.
Yeah.
You literally could rob a bank in Illinois and drive over to Chicago and just flip off the officers as soon as you cross the state line. You'd be like, well, you can't touch them.
Yeah.
What
different times.
What actually happened in court is that the charge was reduced to the status of stricken on leave to reinstate. This meant that Gacy had been issued with a warning, and that if he were brought in front of the courts again, the charge would be reinstated.
And then it makes you wonder why people believe in the conspiracy theories that our government like actively participates in gigantic like pedophile rings. Like,
Right,
it's
right.
like, totally true because it's like you're covering all these dudes. You keep covering them. You cover the priests. You let the priests get away. It drives me nuts.
Well, the Catholic Church is a whole nother situation.
Yeah, absolutely,
But
of
yeah,
course.
no, there's a bunch of pedophile rings, and those have been proven right with the federal government. Although I don't know if John Wayne Gacy was really allowed into the club.
So let's go into the stats. Let's get into these big time stats.
Do you think that when John Wayne Gacy killed the kids, he put them in the crawl space? Did he ever go down? Do we know? Did he go down
I think
and
he
post-mortem ejaculate?
I think that he did not do any of that.
So
I
it's
think
different
it was,
than a Bundy.
It was once the process. He was a process guy, not a product guy.
Yeah, he's what
Okay.
you call a power control killer.
Yeah.
Like, he was the type of guy. He's a lot like Bundy in which he's very calculating, he's very
He was
intelligent.
more like BTK too. Like he's closer to BTK.
He does
where
seem
he
like
killed
but he seems like a mix of the two in a lot of ways.
He just
because
didn't
he's
really
charming
play with the
and-
bodies.
Right,
What a lot of power control killers have, it's kind of two different place or two different categories, which is where Bundy and Gacy kind of diverge. And that Gacy, a lot of power control killers, they keep the bodies of their victims either in their house or in a safe place. So Gacy, what he would do is that he would keep the bodies usually under his bed for 24 hours or more, either in the bed or in his closet,
It
like he
just
did with
helped
the
him
second
forget
victim.
about it.
Or and then after
Right.
that, he would bury it underneath the house. Whereas Ted Bundy would go out. He had his little special place out in the
That's right.
mountains.
Which he'd have his playground where he'd go out and be like,
Yeah.
oh, la, la, la,
A little
like
elephant
play, and they're all
graveyard,
like
yeah.
having a tea party and all singing about how he should kiss the girl, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like Little
Just
Mermaid
kiss-
over
yeah,
there.
exactly.
So his second kill was 2 years after that last. He waited 2 years before killing another
Which is
person.
again a first instinct of a serial killer, like doing is the cooling off period. That's the first thing. He is getting right into it.
Right.
Yeah. But at this time, he still does live with his wife. And that's that's another question you might be asking, is that him and his wife didn't get divorced until 1976.
Can I
They
ask
agreed to not have sex anymore.
Well, I'll get to all that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got divorced in 1976. And by that time, Bundy, Gacy had only killed.
You fucking idiot, Marcus.
Yeah.
This guy got this. He's fucking confusing John Wayne
What a
Gacy with Ted
nerd.
Bundy. You fucking idiot. You fucking moron. Bundy would go and fuck the victims after they were dead, Marcus. You fucking idiot. Come on.
So at this time, he had only killed 3 kids before him and his wife got
that's all.
divorced.
Nothing.
But during this whole time, he was fucking his employees. He was fucking the kids. He was a contractor.
Right, of
he
course.
was bringing his wife said that he would come home late at night with the headlights off in his car, and he would go straight into the garage, which his wife was not allowed into. However, one night she did get a key to the garage, and when she went in there, she found that there were mattresses on the floor, red lights plugged into the walls,
Hell yeah.
mirrors on the ceiling.
Cool.
And she could smell a sweet, sickly odor coming from underneath the house. And the reason why that was because John Wayne Gacy's third victim, he murdered and buried in the garage.
Which is he identifies later on by spraying the body form onto the pavement of the garage
If
of how
you're-
the body was laying underneath.
If you're John Wayne Gacy, though, you could easily just cover that up. I mean, what was this? The 60s? The 70s?
70s, 1975.
The 70s? So he's just like, I mean, I don't even know the reference is 10 years beyond that, but Nicky Six from Motley Crue.
Yeah.
You know, he's just living a rock and roll lifestyle.
I'd be different if I feel like you kind of have to balance that sex room where it's like, it's got to be a sex room and then have like a gigantic Pez collection in there.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
feel like,
definitely.
I don't want anyone to go in there and mess up the order of my Pez
Right.
collection.
And when you open up the Donald Duck Pez, the entire room switches around into the sex dungeon. That would be ladies, if you are dating a man and you are not allowed into a wing of the house or a room of
he
the
is
house,
murdering leagues of humans.
bunches and bunches of people.
Absolutely. You were saying Ariel Castro, same thing, at a whole back room.
That's
They're
right.
like, no, you can't go in.
But it's part of the house that we're in. Why can't I just go into that?
No, back room. You go in back room. I tell you to the police.
What changes? What
You
changes?
don't go back there. No room for you. No
There's
room.
no room, but there's it's pretty much a mirror room
for
to this
you.
room.
You keep talking. I tell you English to ball.
Well, you know what? I'm suspicious, but it's going to be another 9 years before I say anything to the cops. So that's fine.
Oh, Henry, you were saying that him and his wife had agreed not to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
The expanded truth of that is much, much more fucked up.
Oh, I can't imagine. It's not like they're not doing a fucking, I don't know what a good couple is anymore.
It wasn't a Denny's morning breakfast where there's like, let's just agree not to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, John. I think
He would
that's fine.
allow
What's
it-
his wife's name, by the way?
Carol.
Carol. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
he,
have an Aunt Carol.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And an uncle.
Kevin, who is the same house that I was talking about. Interesting.
All right.
Very
keep going.
interesting.
Yeah.
So Gacy would lounge around their bedroom completely naked, just masturbating to gay porno mags right in
hell
front
yeah.
of her.
Why not? You know?
She would find semen-stained silk male underwear, like little bikinis. She found some behind her bedroom dresser, others
my God.
under her bed. They would be out at a bar, and Gacy, he would comment on, quote, a guy's tight ass. And he would
Nice, tight
openly
ass.
describe the type of thing, the type of young man that would turn him on.
I mean,
This is
at
my
one point-
question. It's like, why does he keep denying he's gay then?
Right.
Well, he's not denying he's gay. He's saying he's bisexual.
No, but then he says he's no fag, he's no fruit picker.
Well, of course,
Well,
because
that's just
if
his
you
father.
still have sex with women, then
But he wasn't having sex with women.
But he was married to a woman.
yeah, exactly.
So by the- in the eyes of
are
the
you
law-
trying to find logic in John Wayne Gacy's
difficult to do.
explanations?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's almost like he's a lying, manipulative sociopath.
You know
So
what?
you would, I want to see the conversation where Carol fully realizes that she's married to a madman when she's like, I know, Becky, your husband's always leaving the socks around. John is always jacking off to gay porn in the bedroom. You girls know what I'm saying. And we're like, no, Carol.
No. Oh, you
Real
you
weird.
never went into his red light room where he's got the mirror ceiling and he's got all the boys in there?
So you're allowed in the garage, too, of your house?
Yeah, absolutely. It's where we keep our car. What do you keep in the garage?
I don't know, but there's always a chainsaw sound thing going on in there, so I just figure he's trying to make some tables or something like that. You know, he's always been a kind of a handsman, a woodsman.
You know what the final argument was that caused them to have a divorce?
What?
They were arguing over the checkbook.
Ah, that's the problem.
Finances always gets in the way.
Women.
Always
Every
with
time.
the money.
That's why I can't fucking tournament rape and murder these fucking women.
God damn it, do you have any idea how
Only
expensive
depend
duct tape
on a
is?
boy. But that's why I was saying the same thing where it's like when you see these little telltale signs of him taking the body, putting it under the bed for 24 hours
Right.
and putting it into the crawl space. All of these things it's almost blatantly symbolic. It is you making your bed back again, taking the body, putting it underneath it. It erases the whole thing from your memory. You look at it and be like, nothing ever happened in this room.
Yeah,
and then you take the body, you blank out. You take the body, you dump it into essentially what is symbolically your subconscious. It's like you like the fucking basement of the house. Like if you imagine the house like is your life, you just took all that fucking bullshit, you buried it in a fucking dirt ass basement, so that you'll never have to think about it again. And it didn't happen.
And that's interesting that you bring that up. So it's where his second half lives.
It's
these
where
corpses
Jack
are.
Hanley lives.
This is
Yeah.
similar. Marcus was telling me before the show. His father used to get wasted.
Well, his father used to get wasted and was extremely abusive. His father used to get wasted in the basement, and he would talk to himself in two different voices.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah. So it seems like that's.
And and it could be.
you think John Wayne? You think our son John Wayne is going to be a bit of a queer later on, Leslie? Oh, I don't know. I hope not. There's nothing I abhor more.
You're a real
than a
fag,
little
Leslie. You're a fag, Leslie. Hey, Dad, why is half of your face bloodied and beaten? I had to beat the gay.
I had to beat the gay half.
But that is true. But what is that symbolic nature? It's like the tooth fairy. You put your tooth under your pillow. Like, there's a lot of like situations. Why do you put something underneath a bed or underneath a pillow? Like, where does that come from?
You forget about it. It's just deeper and deeper and deeper. Each one's a layer deeper. He forgets. He can allow himself to forget, as we're going to see.
Because Dahmer kept them all in the bed with him.
Yeah,
Dahmer cuddled with
He
him.
was up in his crimes. Again, this is a product killer. This is a guy who wanted the body. So it's like he's here. He's fucking with the body. It's about the body. It's having that type of control. This is
Dahmer.
about this is Gacy living a fantasy to its end, and when the fantasy is played out, it's done.
Done, right.
Yeah, it's not a sadistic thing. It's a control thing. It's a power thing, which of course plays into his relationship with his father. Because it could be said that Gacy, when he murdered, he was his father. He was that strong,
Big,
domineering
strong,
figure, and he was killing, a fruit picker
In an ironic kind of way, yeah. He's making his daddy proud.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I'm a man now, Dad. I'm a man now, covered in blood.
That's all a kiss. I hear those words coming from Kissel's mouth, and I just see him. He's just covering a fucking spare rib with sriracha.
Oh, and so much mayonnaise. Yeah. Love it.
So him and his wife, they get divorced in 1975. She lives in the house until they get divorced in October 1975. She lives there until February of 1976. She moves out, and as we said with BTK, this is when the ball game explodes.
Yeah.
This is when his killing spree
Because
goes
now
into
it's finally
overdrive.
He got the hall pass from his relationship.
Right.
He's wearing fucking, Hawaiian shirts and like neon sunglasses everywhere, just being like, hey,
Future's so bright.
I'm on a bit of a honeymoon with myself, if you know what I'm saying, everybody. It's like he's enjoying himself. He's letting loose.
That's the bizarre thing. I mean, you could make a strong argument that his wife did keep it together.
I don't think he kept
as much
she kept
as
it
No,
together.
she did not keep it together.
She kept him
hanging
from.
on.
Yeah, she kept him from
Going
living
nuts.
the life that he wanted to live.
Yeah.
Typical
women
Another
holding
woman.
a man back.
Unbelievable. I don't want you to go murder all the boys.
Yeah,
you
well,
would,
I'm
Carol.
gonna do it.
Yeah, Carol. I fucking smelled
And
you
I
in the
couldn't get a hot
garage.
tub either.
Yeah.
So within a month of his divorce, he abducted and killed an 18-year-old kid named Daryl Sampson. 5 weeks later, he kills Randall Reffett, a 15-year-old kid. A few hours after he killed that kid, he killed another 14-year-old Samuel Stapleton, and this is what he would call his doubles.
The
nights.
doubles.
Yeah.
Double nights.
Doubles night.
Yeah,
like
doubles
he's playing
night.
dice.
And it's very interesting because now they talk about too. I was watching a doc about Gacy, and they were saying that where it's you watch a serial killer get cavalier over time as he kills 10. The first 5, he's super cautious. Then he kills 10, and then he kills 15, and it's 20.
When it goes
And each
back to
time
that
he's just
Bundy
doing-
quote where it's like, sometimes you just lose the screwdriver
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like,
you can't remember where you put the wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about his doubles nights is that he would always bury them in the same grave. Every other kid...
'Cause that's one scene.
Yeah, it's one scene. Every other
Right.
kid got one grave, but the doubles always had the same one.
Interesting.
Like, they would be
Forever.
buried on top of each other.
And then, but then there's also stories where I was reading afterwards. There was some evidence that he had some conspirators. That there
Yes,
were
there
people
is.
that he worked with. There were boys that were like 16. There was quotes of them saying something. Him saying something that's like, "You want me to bury him like I did the other 5?" And that that he may have used his secret on people in order to. And then they probably just ended up dead.
Well, here's a murder. There was a murder that happened when Gacy was out of town. It was proven.
They said yes.
Yeah, it was proven that Gacy was out of town at the time of the murder, and it was said that one of the guys that he worked with, he gave him a signed painting. He gave him a painting after he was in prison, and it was signed. If you must reap the field before you enjoy the harvest.
Are you telling me that everyone that works in construction
Could be a pervert.
is
And
is
not
that
only,
possible?
And not only that, one of John Wayne Gacy's employees went on to become one of the Chicago Rippers,
Really?
which was a group of
See, this is the thing because they were having some naughty fun back there. They had there was some
Right.
consensual stuff happening in that fucking red light room. There was stuff that was happening all in the basement. They were doing stuff together, and then you have one gigantic secret, and then your boss is going to tell you as soon as he includes you on the secret of help me bury these bodies.
Right.
You know for a fact you're going to probably end up one of those bodies unless you help him.
Yeah, you better
could
help him
go
to
in-
that point.
You could go to the police, but you've watched him not get caught by the police for fucking a decade.
One of the
I would
kids
say this is-
one of the kids completely admitted to the police that he dug holes in the basement, and he
Well,
said
he did that. He
spread
contracted kids.
he spread quicklime, but that kid didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
That kid, I think that was David Cram, who was
Cram.
David
These are
Cram.
some McCoy, Sampson, Cram. Some good names.
So on August 21st, after working for Gacy for about a month, Cram moved into Gacy's house. The very next day, Gacy...
kid, you
That's the thing. Exactly. I mean, he didn't even wait. At least you could have let him gotten used to the house for a second.
Right.
Well, the very next day...
I would love to see Gacy just in a Febreze commercial. You know that commercial where they have everybody blindfolded? You're like, what does it smell like?
It's like you can't even smell anything at all.
It's like
it's just like those blindfolded people
exactly.
just walking into a crawl space full of dead
it
bodies.
smells like a botanical garden in here. Well, remove your shades. Botanical Gardens,
You don't see
Febreze.
his damn Pogo. He's just like he's dressed as Pogo. He puts the rope over the neck and like tightens it. Febreze.
And that was the last day I worked in marketing. So
Well, the day after David Cram moves in, Gacy gets him drunk and says, "Hey, you want to see a handcuff trick?"
of course,
Oh, yeah.
always with the tricks.
However, the kid survived it. He overpowered John Wayne Gacy.
Because he was an all-state wrestling champ.
That's right.
Yeah, this kid, he had spent a year in the army.
Oh, this was him. Yeah, he kicked him in the face.
Yeah, he kicked him in the face, freed himself from the handcuffs, and he didn't move out after that.
Can you imagine this?
Well, he knows he can beat the shit out of him.
But
so
this is just how deep like the boys being boys game goes.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
it's like you could sit and like you've made grab ass so fucking normal to all these dudes. It's like we don't touch each other when we hang out. I don't
No.
try to grab your balls and touch your penises.
I did
when
take
you're
some Molly
awake.
the other night, and I felt like I got too handsy with Ed, but he's so soft. He's just so. I just wanted
He's
to.
just like one big tit.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I looked at his face. I was like, that's a beard. But if I just like close my eyes, it's tit. It's a big tit.
But just somehow managed to look at the sides of his head. He has long hair, and maybe it'll be a woman.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, is it a beautiful woman or an elderly lady? Like that, the illusion picture.
So about a month later, Gacy shows up at Cram's bedroom door, and he was definitely intending on raping the kid. And he
he's
said,
hammered, yeah.
He said, "Dave, you really don't know who I am. Maybe it would be good if you just give me what I want." So Gacy tries to assault him. The kid once again fights him off, and finally he gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you gotta go.
But reports nothing to the police. He's had two assaults and one
Plus,
attempted
you
rape.
implicate all these kids in other shit. He told,
Yeah.
like they
'Cause he'd always get 'em
weed
high,
together,
yeah.
all the weeds around, all the other shits around.
Right,
and he's just
right.
being like, you tell anybody about this, and I will tell about all the shit that you did in my fucking basement.
That is the ultimate irony and the conundrum of most of the
He built
of the
his
prison
own
population. I mean, of criminals. If you tend to be doing something kind of illegal yourself, if
Yes.
you see something super illegal go on,
Yes,
and the
So
justice
you're-
system has
you're
no sympathy on
trapped.
you. Exactly.
Yeah, you're totally trapped in the whole thing. He built his own hall of secrets. He did it perfectly. That's
He did.
what he wanted. He
And
did
if you
what
could have
H.H.
one
Holmes
kid-
did,
Right.
but he did it with people.
Yeah.
And if you can have one person dig a grave and throw some lime salt or whatever on a body, that person can no longer say anything about you.
Yes.
Because they'll go to prison for life.
He'll go to yeah, exactly. They're done. You're an
Yeah.
accomplice.
So after this, he just goes on a bigger killing spree. He killed 2 kids in one night in October 1976. He starts killing more and more employees. He kills a kid named William Bundy. He kills a kid named Gregory Godzik. And a lot of the reason why he got, like I was reading about this thing that made a really good point
Was
about
Ted
why-
Bundy known at this point?
Ted Bundy?
Because William is all. Ted's are
I don't
also.
have my phone
This
on
was
me.
around the same amount. I think this was after Ted Bundy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he killed that Bundy just to kill a Bundy.
No,
Just to let him
you
know.
don't even think about that. I mean, he's so ashamed to have ever been lumped with Bundy and Manson.
This is at the
That's
same
true, yeah.
time as Bundy.
Okay.
Because Bundy's spree was from 74 to 78.
What a time in America.
Oh, boy.
We want to talk about the fucking, the mental eggs that were dropped by the fucking MK Ultra chicken in 1950 finally coming to roost.
It sounds like you sound like Jesse Ventura. It's an accident.
Well, if you want to talk about a fucked up mind, we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Gacy said that all of these crimes were committed by Mad Jack.
Yeah,
Mad
Jack Hanley.
Jack Hanley, which is he got those cop credentials from a detective he knew named Detective Jack Hanley, and he would pretend to be Jack Hanley. He'd tell when he did his
Okay.
cop act, he would tell them that he was Detective Jack Hanley.
Well, he was obsessed with Jack Hanley because Hanley was everything that Gacy was, and he was muscular,
Right.
he was confident, and he hated gay people.
Yes.
He was one
Right.
of those guys that just like, boy, I hate them fag. Like,
cop who like whacked on dudes with fucking long hair.
Yeah.
Right,
you'd see
right,
like
right.
some skinny kid with long hair, and he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
oh,
and-
he loved that,
and you gotta
because it
think-
made him hard as the Dickens.
So and that was the man that the alter ego is based off of.
Yes,
Yeah, it was based on Jack Hanley.
So who's the worst person?
Who, Jack?
Is Jack
Hanley?
actually
I would
worse
say
than-
that John Wayne Gacy is worse.
Is worse.
I think John Wayne Gacy is the bad
it
one.
seems like Gacy just saw the things that Jack had.
It was
in
all
his-
lie. No, but that's a lie.
That's all lies.
It's all a lie. All
Yeah.
of this, the whole Jack Hanley thing, he said this after the fact, after he'd confessed to fucking 15 different people, after he finally broke down. We'll get to that point. But yeah. he this was him trying to save his own ass. This is one of like the 9 different ways he was just like, I'm a schizophrenic. I didn't do it. I only had
Right.
knowledge of 5 of the murders.
I got type 2 diabetes.
What?
I got type 2 diabetes.
Oh, he had diabetes. There's no way a man with diabetes could ever commit these crimes.
Oh, so
He'd
you hit me
pass
because I'm
out.
fat? You hit me because I'm fat? Is that it? No. There's 25 children in your
No,
cross.
just watch him get killed now, and that's what everybody. If he got caught now, everybody talking about. No, they're being fattest. Boozabell, whatever it is for fat people.
Boobsabelle is one of my favorite fat websites.
So in 1977, in January, he killed a 19-year-old kid named John Cizik, who was an acquaintance of two of his former victims.
And this is a guy that also provided a great deal of evidence for the police later on, because they found John Cizik's ring in Gacy's desk drawer, and they found his TV.
I thought you were just going to stop
also
like
in his
in
house.
Gacy. They found his ring
Up
in Gacy.
inside of Gacy. Yeah.
Well, the kid was going to sell Gacy his Plymouth Satellite. But Gacy, of course,
beauty.
Now that is a beaut. Now I could just tie a kid up and rape a kid in that car. That is a beaut.
And of course, Gacy did his rope trick on him, strangled him, and buried him. This is the only time that he buried two separate murders together. He buried Cizik with Godzik. He dug up the grave of Godzik, put Cizik on top of him.
Now he's running out of room.
Well, not only is he running out of room, but they were friends. Like, they've got some sort of connection to each other. So in his mind, they belong in the same grave. In fact, in his mind, he was probably thinking that he was doing them a favor.
Yeah.
That he was being sweet with the boys.
It's because these are all his checks and balances.
Yeah.
Guys like these have checks and balances. They really believe, they're runaways. They're asking for it. No, they were trying to pull one over me. I got to validate it. He validates it, and then he does other things. He's
Also,
I help the community. I do all this charity work. I work for I work for the fucking Democrat Society.
Yeah.
I do all this shit.
Right.
So I'm allowed to do
gone
it.
out and killed somebody else if I didn't kill him. That kind of But when he was killing, were these his employees? These two kids?
A shit ton.
One of
He
them
was.
two of those, the two kids, Butkovich and Godzik.
Bukovich should have been a linebacker for the Bears.
Chicago, they're all Polish.
I know it.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
from
all
the area.
Yeah, all Polish kids. Those two had worked for him, but Cizik was just a friend.
And was there any time where any of his employers or employees were like, "Hey, buddy, so where are the coworkers?"
I had wondered about that because there were quite a few employees of his that went missing.
I bet at the same time, though, we don't know all the stories. I bet you could I could imagine that these are kids that started asking questions and started disappearing.
Right.
And then I imagine that as soon as people started seeing the fucking pattern of like, Gacy's kind of weird. He's obviously weird. He's not, he doesn't hide it well. He thinks he's a fucking maverick, but he's not. And it's like, you noticing your coworkers aren't showing up for fucking
John
Friday
Wayne Gacy,
night, fucking bowling night. You know something's going on. And you usually get to a point where it's like, you just know that if you say something.
He just started calling his construction company like the People's Republic of the John Wayne Gacy of the construction community. And everyone's just like, oh yeah, don't ask questions to Kim Jong Gacy.
When Cizik disappeared, this is once again a failure on the part of the police department because they had told the parents knew that Cizik was going to Gacy's house to sell him the car.
Isn't this the case you want to solve? If you're a cop, isn't this the case that gets you fucking paid?
They're not
gets you in the
putting
papers?
any of these together because a lot of these they don't care. These kids they're the same type of kids. They're the reason
they're
why
15-year-olds.
They're the reason why a lot of serial murders get going for the longest time is because they're killing what is known as the less dead.
Yeah.
Like the people who are dead, they are less dead. A runaway is less dead than a college girl.
And go back to the Grim, what is it? The Grim Sleeper. Of course, who
because
killed black
also
prostitutes.
Just what it looks good on a like, it's like, and it's fucked up. What looks good on a newspaper, like especially Ted Bundy's happening at the same time. You got all these missing co-eds go up, these hot chicks on the front of the newspaper.
Yeah, you have a Spectre situation.
Thing. Yeah, it's like people are excited about that. With this, it's construction workers going missing, and it's tied to a guy who's like, I mean, who knows? It's like half a lie and half true how much clout he had, like Gacy had with the state and like being a politician, a friend of a bunch of cops. He's got his hand in 9 different fucking pots. It's hard to catch somebody like that because everybody's willing to keep a secret just to keep the status quo running.
And honestly, nobody wants to think that they know a killer. Because it's sort of poorly on yourself.
On yourself, because you didn't see it. You know, it's like if you're that person's wife, you didn't see it, or he's being weird.
I mean, they should have got the fucking hint when Carol slept over on the goddamn New Year's Eve party and he dipped out to go pick up a boy at the Greyhound station.
Interesting thing about Carol, in winter and autumn of 1977, they started dating again.
You see,
they got back together?
They got back together, and he was temporarily engaged to another woman earlier that year.
Do we know what Carol
in 1977,
looks like? He's got money.
During his fucking worst phase, He was still dating
I
women.
guarantee he was exceptionally charming and happy.
I don't think he
at
was
that
charming
point.
or happy. I don't
At this
think
point,
so.
I bet you he could turn it on
Dude,
over a Ponderosa steak
this is
dinner.
when Pogo the Clown was at its height.
Yeah, but I
like,
don't
in the
think-
community, he was fucking awesome.
But I don't think he was I don't think he's charming. I just think he has money. He looks like he could take care of you. If you're a desperate
know.
like person who has kids who needs someone to come and be the father of your child, yeah, he's a big fucking asshole. Yeah, he's a big blowhard again, but he's got a shit ton of money and he's willing to dump it on me.
Well, keep in mind, though, too, the idea of masculinity in the 70s and certainly in the 80s was being a big, loud,
But he's not even.
asshole.
But he's not fucking you. He's not fucking you. John Wayne, you're going out on dates with John Wayne Gacy. He's probably kissing
But
you
that's
like he's
because he
kissing a
respects you.
mannequin.
That's because he respects you so much.
I guess, does that work?
I think so.
You
I
may
think
tell me.
that
I like
works.
ladies that tell us the same thing. It's like you would not be able to know if a dude. I guess he could have been the ultimate liar.
Ladies who have dated a gay man and later you found out he was a gay man, how did he act? Let us know. cavecomedyradio@gmail.com.
Yeah,
And the subject is the ultimate betrayal. Ultimate betrayal. Subject that to Cave Comedy Radio. Love to hear those stories. Every woman has one.
Oh, yeah.
Every chick that I know has a
Every
story where she
single woman has
dated
one.
a gay fella at some
Yeah,
point.
but it depends on whether or not you kind of half know it, or they're a great liar, or they just like physical contact.
If I have a daughter, I pray to God that her first boyfriend's just a raging homosexual until she's like 25. That's fine with me. No problems there.
On December 30th, 1977, he has what is the first of 2 assault and releases. These aren't kids that he was trying to fuck up and they somehow got free. These are kids that he abducted, raped, beat, and then released.
Just so strange to me.
There's so many strange
because
things
he
about
just
him.
doesn't care because now he doesn't care anymore. He's again, and I honestly, I think that what we've known about this man is that it is quite possible that it's all because of the fact that he's running out of room in his crawl space.
It's
and I think
possible
he's
that-
starting to look at it because he looks at things with a weird sort of practicality.
Yeah, he does.
So I think that when he did, I think it's literally he's like, well, I'm about to enter my crawl space, and I can't be killing all these kids, so I'm just going to rape him and only
Right.
scare the shit out of him, and he'll just disappear.
It also reminds me of that song, The Thrill Is Gone. I feel like he's like done with it. He's like,
Yeah,
he did
I
the whole
don't know.
thing, and I feel like he's...
if B.B. King had heard that. I feel like if that sentence got to him,
That's what the song's based
he
off
beat
of,
him.
right?
I don't think so.
Oh, no?
What, raping and beating a boy and letting him go?
Oh, not all songs are about that?
No.
Oh, I'm just projecting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I mean, if we're looking at a serial killer escalation here, he did actually start escalating with this because he didn't just strangle him. He raped him. He tortured him with different devices. He dunked his head into the bathtub until the kid passed out, and then he revived him.
Right.
But the kid was in such pain. He asked Gacy, he was like, just get it over with. Just kill me. And Gacy said, I'm getting around to it.
So he's got a
And
little
then
David Parker Ray thing going on here.
Yeah, and then after that, he just drove the kid back to where he worked, removed the handcuffs, and then released him. The kid goes to the cops. They bring Gacy in, and he said they were having, quote, slave sex, but everything was consensual.
And then that just blew over their heads like they didn't even give a shit.
Yeah, and the police just go, all right.
You're
And
having
that's
slave
similar
sex
to
with a 16-year-old boy, and you're a fucking
Right.
full-grown
No, the
man?
kid was 19.
But exceptionally
Oh, I'm
similar
sorry.
to...
Well, I'm
exceptionally
saying
similar
it's
to the-
not illegal.
Right, but exceptionally similar where it was illegal in the Dahmer case
Yes,
with
it
the
was.
Filipino boy. And the cops
Yeah.
were like, there was something back in the day where when cops heard
boys
of gay
being
sex...
boys. It's boys being boys.
It's boys
kinda
being
thing.
boys, but it's also gay sex, and cops are just like, we don't deal
Icky.
with it.
Yeah.
It was too gross to discuss.
It was like gay sex was its own punishment.
yeah, exactly.
and it was
He
just
got
like-
tortured enough. That's fine.
So the second one is this kid named Jeffrey Rignall. Gacy gets him into the car. Gacy chloroforms him. He rapes. He tortures him.
What kind of torture was he doing?
Lit candles.
Okay.
Some of the victims were, after they found some of the victims, some of them were found with prescription pill bottles
Shoved up their asses.
Yeah, really
And these
weird
were
stuff.
these were plastic pill bottles
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
or
yeah,
glass? Okay, plastic.
So
It makes it better, I think. It really, if it was glass, that'd be.
What? No. I mean,
They
it
used
would
to give-
actually probably be better if it was glass because it'd be smooth.
never did break.
Yeah, but
Then you die.
he wasn't trying to do that. He was just trying to fill it up. Oh yeah, I'll make it gape.
Talking about diarrhea milkshakes again.
Oh, gape it up.
escape it up.
Absolutely. No, I'm
Gacy it up.
sitting on an orange right now.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to
I'm like
have
a little
lunch.
chicken. I hope it hatches.
So Gacy dumps this kid after he chloroforms him. He dumps him unconscious. The kid staggers to the apartment, and he goes to the police, and he's only got little bits and pieces of what went on because he fucking chloroformed.
He was
drugged,
MK
right.
Ultra too.
Yeah, he was absolutely chloroformed. So he had little bits and pieces. He remembered a highway off ramp, and he remembered the car. So he went back to the highway off ramp. He staked it out until he saw Gacy driving by in the black Oldsmobile that he remembered from the night.
Yeah.
And he goes to the cops. He says, "This is the guy," and the cops do arrest him and finally charge him with assault. Finally, and those charges.
This is all sitting
Right.
around on him. So then he
Yeah.
gets released on bail, and he's walking around.
Yeah, and
And
the
so
charges the charges were pending when he was arrested for murder. But Henry, I think what happened next really does lend some credence to what you said, because yes, he was out of room and he did attack and rape these two boys, but to no avail, because this is when he starts dumping bodies in the river.
And that's what he's finally doing. Like, well, because now he's just not getting his rocks off because he's not killing these boys.
Yeah.
So
None of
he
space,
has to go back to it. So he starts dumping in the river, which is just nuts.
Yeah, he dumps 5 kids in the river, and Gacy's very last victim. And the reason why Gacy got caught, because he killed someone whose family loved him.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, this is what men like Gacy don't understand. It's just like what he was doing. It's just like, it's, you're not the only human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These people are connected to
But
other
Gacy
humans.
was smart. He did seem. I'm sure that Gacy knew.
All these people had
kid that
families.
had-
The kid had families. The families were looking for him forever. The Butkovich kids, parents were looking for him forever.
No one's listening to Pa Bukovich. No one wants. No one cares.
But
no families with any power.
Yeah, no families with any power. But this kid, he was rich. He was definitely from a place of power. People were able to, and for the first time, he slipped up because people were able to put the kid with Gacy the night he went missing.
Yep.
The kid's name
Right.
was Rob Peist.
So he finally abducted and killed the wrong boy.
Exactly. Like, he found a kid the kid was working at a drugstore where Gacy was contracted to do work. Gacy saw him and fell right in love with him.
Oh, immediately.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last, my love, come along.
You ever
He was
noticed
just
the
like-
butterflies that just showed up in the store? That guy seems to be really smitten over
I
there.
don't know. John Wayne Gacy's talking to a squirrel, saying that he's found his perfect boy. And I mean, I don't know, but he says he's going to do all these counters for $75.
So Gacy, he approaches the kid and he tells him, is like, "Hey, listen, I'd like to offer you a job at my company. I think you're the type.
Right.
I've been watching you work all night long.
You're just the type of tight, big chest, long, blonde haired, just kind of boy that I just want to.
Well, what's your
bald?
Oh, what's your company all about?
Oh, fuck the company. What did I say? Did I say I want you to? Yeah, I want you to work. Yeah, you'll come see. You'll see. Just come on.
He already has a job. This kid.
He already has a job, but
He's a headhunter.
Yeah, but but PDM contractors.
He is a go-getter. I mean, he is definitely a go-getter. What's interesting, I mean, Gacy, he does go out sober and hunt. I mean, Dahmer would only go out after
Dahmer is a
24
whole
blasts.
That's why I have sympathy for Dahmer, because Dahmer was just fucked for life.
Right.
Where it's like Gacy is a predator.
Right.
He's a true predator. He's the worst type of monster.
Yeah.
So he brings Rob Peist back to his home. He's like, you know what? Just come on over to my place. I need you to sign some tax documents. I need you to fill some stuff out. And you know what? And it was Rob Peist's mother's birthday that night. And he said, "You're like, you know what, Gacy? I need to get home." And what did he say, Henry?
Oh, just like, but there's something I love more than my mom, but when it really comes down to it, I just need a new kind of job so I could get that new Jeep I've been wanting.
Oh my
It's
God.
just like, it's going to take some money. I bet the extra $3 an hour is going to be just the type of thing to help you get your Jeep.
I'm actually kind of sold. I'll take the job too. Can I
He
have
says,
it?
you know what? What better birthday present to your mother than to come home with a new job?
brand new job.
Brand new job.
So Gacy gets the kid into the house. He offers him a beer, and then of course
One thing leads to another.
Naturally.
and what that led to was the rope trick. The rope trick came out, and Gacy strangles the kid to death. And the next day, of course, this kid came from a very close knit family. It wasn't like him to stay out late, especially on his mother's birthday.
Yeah. This poor mother, by the way.
Oh God,
That's awful. That's awful news to find out on your birthday.
terrible news. So the boy,
It's the worst, probably.
so the
He
investigation.
got a job shining harps and heaven.
Oh, well, now I feel better.
Well, I guess they don't need that Jeep at all anymore, Beethoven.
Thank you, John.
What was that? I can't hear anything. Oh, tell me, am I playing the piano?
Beethoven in heaven is really just as crazy as Beethoven was on earth. Weird.
Oh, I hope I'm making good music.
Beethoven is the last time they gaze in heaven. They're like, no, Jesus. After that Beethoven guy came in.
Tell me, young Roberts, did I fart?
Yeah, you did. Heaven smells like hell right now. Thank you.
I felt a bit of a vibration in my buttocks, but I didn't hear anything.
The
Only Americans in heaven from now on, okay?
The investigation against John Wayne Gacy begins on December 13th. They get a search warrant for his house. They find a 1975 high school class ring engraved with the initials JAS, various driver's licenses, handcuffs, a 2x4 with holes drilled in the ends, which the 2x4, by the way, he was inspired by Dean Corll, the Houston serial killer who killed 28 kids
and by this
between
point,
70 and 74.
Also, the cops are all over his fucking ass now because kids are disappearing. Cram came forward and was talking to the police. They're starting to put things to 2 and 2 together.
Finally.
Once Robert starts going, once Robert goes missing, they know that he was that Gacy was the last one to see him.
Well, the most damning evidence they found with that is they found a receipt in Gacy's garbage.
Well, you find out because
a receipt for photography from a girl that he liked.
Yes,
that
she had Peist, one of Peist's
from a
friends.
Peist girl. They talked to this guy. They found a receipt. They went and they had a different name on it, and they went and found the girl. And she said that she liked Robert, and she thought if she put the receipt in his parka, that would give him a reason to talk to her. Yeah. So
sweet.
they knew for a fact he was there.
And so Peist is actually the only person, the only victim so far. That I see as an actual human in a weird way because he has a girl who loves him,
There's
a mother
lot of
who's
stuff,
celebrating her
but
birthday.
a lot of these
But I think
guys
the cops
did.
kind of felt a similar way.
A lot of these people did. It was just the fact that this was the first one that it finally
Dawned on people.
It just finally happened. It finally cracked open.
Right.
And now he's getting the tail. Cops are tailing him every day in a 24-hour surveillance.
Which this is the height of Gacy's arrogance.
Power.
The power and arrogance.
He just starts hanging out with them. They start coming over and hang out in his place. He starts taking them out to dinner. Just basically because it's more self-delusion. It's more like being like, I can friend my way out of this. I can hand my way out of this. They can come out. We'll have some dinner and some beers and some drinks, and they'll understand it's all big hullabaloo out there.
I mean, again, I do believe that he was very charming.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he was charming at these
he
events.
was loud and threw his money around. I think that's just Wisconsin charm.
1977 Wisconsin charm is a tan suit, throwing your money around and being loud.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is it. That's all you need to do.
He brought, on one occasion, the surveillance team to breakfast for him, and this is when Gacy uttered his famous line. He's talking about his business, and he starts talking about Pogo the Clown, and this is when he says the famous line, clowns can get away with murder.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, you'd be surprised we can get away with as a clown. A clown could probably get away with murder.
Interesting.
So this kind of boils down to, John Wayne Gacy starts losing it. It starts to really take a toll on him.
How old is he here?
Surveillance.
35, I think.
So this is so we're looking at a 5-year span.
He's been doing this about 5 years.
Okay.
And so he finally shows up. He gets which we read from Defending a Monster by Sam Amarante, his defense attorney. He just shows up one night in the middle of the night, legitimately, because now he's being followed everywhere by police surveillance. His DA is trying to do whatever he can to file a what's it called,
affidavit.
A thing
search
against,
warrant. They're trying to find us out. What actually got them the search warrant finally was when it was in another act of arrogance. He invited the surveillance guys to come in, and
they smelt the house.
Well, one of the guys, what he did is he went and he took a piss and he flushed the toilet, and he just he's a homicide detective. He's like that's a dead body.
That's a dead body.
That's a dead body. And so finally on that, they finally were able to get the search warrant. For
and the
full
DA
house.
was trying to set up a I just lost it again. A restraining order against the police for him, and then Gacy shows up in the middle of the night. They're supposed to have some dumb meeting that he set up to have with them because now that he has a defense attorney, he never shuts up. John Wayne Gacy is calling all day, every day, talking about the case, like dealing with it, and
with his defense attorney.
He shows up with these.
The defense attorney equated himself with John Adams.
Yes.
Well, by the way, it should be noted that this was this defense attorney's first case in private practice.
Yes.
He had been a public defender before that, but this was his very first
case. And so Gacy shows up. He leaves the surveillance crew in the lobby because they can come into your lawyer's office with you because there's the whatever that is. The
attorney-client privilege.
Yeah. So. He comes in here. It's like he slaps the newspaper down the thing. He points to the picture of Rob Peace. He's like, this boy is dead. He's dead. That isn't the boy from the drugstore, but this boy is dead. He's in the river. And it turns into an all-night confession session where he tells...
With his defense attorney.
Yeah, he's like, I have been the judge, jury, and executioner of many, many people. Now I'm going to be my own judge, jury, and executioner.
Right.
And he started doing this whole thing about how they have to let him do it his way.
Oh, fuck Judge Judy, by the way.
Oh,
John Wayne Gacy. Judge John Wayne Gacy's court. That's what I want to see. So you're telling me he stole your lawnmower? But you had it for 7 months. That's your lawnmower now.
It's your lawnmower now. Welcome, Judge Gacy.
And
so he then proceeds. He spills his guts, tells them everything is. They're just looking at him. He then passes. He's so hammered because he shows up. He's so drunk. He gets. They're going out to do individual business. So there's two partners, the two DAs. One leaves. Left alone with John Wayne Gacy, who's passed out on top of himself in a chair. And he said he watched John Gacy stand up, raise his arms up like Frankenstein in the middle of sleep. He's obviously asleep.
Frankenstein's monster.
Walking around the room like Frankenstein's monster. But he starts walking around the room like Frankenstein's monster in a sleepwalk pose.
Yeah.
And then goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got a very
terrifying.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange stuff indeed.
He then leaves there and goes to proceed. Tells everybody he knows that he's killed a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah, he's going from friend to friend, and he's telling them, I killed 30 some odd people, crying, hugging everyone.
They're going to kill me. These guys are going to kill me.
Right.
And then he gave a buddy a bag
killer.
of joints. He had a bag of joints of his own stash. He gave it to his buddy.
Do you smoke them? That's the question. If John Wayne Gacy gives you a bag of joints, I would smoke one.
It's strong.
It has to be strong enough to allow
knock
your
out
brain.
A boy. Yeah.
No, the kid immediately took them to the surveillance tail
that was watching him.
Right.
The cop car that was watching him. And this is when Gacy starts getting really erratic. He's driving around with his rosary up to his chin. He's heading out to a graveyard. The police think that
to see his dad.
Yeah, to see his dad. That they think that Gacy's going to kill himself. So they end up arresting him on the marijuana charge. They arrest him for dispensing marijuana.
At this point, they're like, fucking get him in jail.
Yeah,
Put him in jail.
I just
for
don't
some reason. And
what about the fact that his whole house smelled like a corpse?
Well, this is what they did not get the real search warrant yet.
It could be. No, at this time, they were in the middle of getting the search warrant. Like this is
they just didn't have it yet.
Yeah, they didn't have it yet. And
you gotta wake up the judge.
They can't arrest him because, it could be a rat. It could be a dog.
God, it is a different
He
time.
could just be having a psychological break and talking out of his ass. But then you watch him. Finally, you're like, all right, well, he had a shit ton of weed. We can arrest him on that. Let's just put him in a cooler. And then when they showed up in jail, he met up with Sam Amarante. Sam Amarante met him in the jail cell. And then Gacy turns to him being like, I gotta get out of here. I can fake a heart attack, right? I can fake a heart attack to get out of here. And he's like, what? And then John he literally hits the ground, starts seizuring. They took him to a hospital. Like, he got himself out of jail again.
Yeah.
He lied again and got himself out.
Right. Similar to how Bundy got himself out of there.
These guys are so good.
Yeah, they're just good in different ways.
Master manipulators.
I do want to see Amarante walking through the jail with like Superfly music playing. He's got the huge fuzzy bear hat on and shit. He's the coolest guy
I'm
around.
here to see JWG. What's going on, baby?
Yeah, baby. Oh, you can fake a heart attack, baby? Oh, yeah. Let me see you, freak.
That's a freak. Oh,
I love prison. I love the hospital. Just slamming fucking Jello.
They get the search warrant is in effect while Gacy is in prison. The first thing they do is go straight down to the crawl space. Within minutes, they just found putrefied remains.
Because he flooded it with water.
Well, he flooded it with water first. I mean, he just turned off his sump pump and thinking like, oh, that'll get him. And then they get there and they're like,
turn on the sump pump.
Just turn on the sump pump. And
Right.
within minutes, they found an arm. And I love this image, is that the guy that was down there, the investigator, he found the arm and he turned around and he goes, charge him!
Yeah.
That's a great moment for a detective.
Absolutely. And John Wayne
Charge
Gacy,
him.
and so then John Wayne Gacy, thank God, never saw the light of day again.
Right.
No.
He stayed in jail.
He did not have a good jail experience either.
I don't know.
He was great in jail. He got to paint the entire time.
And then
painted.
he did actually become very religious and actually got to teach.
He was always technically
the churches.
religious.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they found all the bodies. They found the 25 in the crawl space. They finally arrested it.
Yeah, 25 in the
26.
25 in the crawl space, one in the garage, one out near the barbecue pit, where, by the way,
2 in the
he had
revolver.
I mean, then they found out a bunch of those bones were just, rib bones from a rib roast.
Right,
So
which is
yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. Think about this for a second, is that John Gacy was known for his parties.
Right.
This guy was out at his barbecue all the time. So all of these people that kept
Dancing on top of a graveyard.
Yeah, they were dancing on a graveyard.
Well, I don't know what it is about that Mr. Gacy's house, but I could just really move in there. I
Yeah.
feel like I can my feet move quicker.
So, the second half of Defending a Monster is basically you just, watch, Sam Amarante just be a total fucking piece of shit.
Well, how
doing
was he
everything he
even
can to, because he's trying to say that, that first John Wayne Gacy is insane because he said he was, he had multiple personality.
Right.
And then they were like, no, that's fucking horseshit. That's not true. And then they tried to do so much different stuff trying to throw out the case.
One of the things that he tried is that he said that, it's possible that all of these murders were accidental erotic asphyxiation.
Oh, yeah, they tried to do the whole thing.
Just maybe 33 accidents.
All those 14-year-old boys who just love that David Carradine adult sex.
They love to choke themselves until they come.
Totally into
Oh,
it at
yeah,
that age.
all of them do.
They're not just coming immediately if they see a tit. No. They need the hardcore stuff.
No. And so the trial goes on, and it goes on for a while. It's a long trial.
Yeah.
And the defense attorney in his closing arguments, this is so dramatic, is that he goes through all of the victims. He has a big poster board up there, and he starts naming all the victims. And then he grabs a stack of photos of all the known victims, and they've got the door to John Wayne Gacy's crawl space in the courtroom as evidence.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
What a
and then,
jury to
and
be
then-
on. Holy
Yeah,
Christ.
it's a great show.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then Kunkel, he looked at the jury and
Kunkel.
he says...
Kunkel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kunkel.
it was the prosecuting attorney. His name Kunkel.
Kunkel?
Kunkel.
Kunkel never won a case before.
Well, this was
Listen,
Kunkel's lucky day.
Yeah, if Kunkel can't win this case, he's just fired.
And so he turns to the jury. He's got a stack of photographs in his hand, and he said, I ask you, jury, to show the same sympathy this man showed when he took these lives and put them in there and threw the photos at the crawl
everyone's just
space.
like, yeah!
Oh, my God. Bravo.
Dun,
Bravo.
dun,
The
dun,
first
dun,
prosecutor
dun,
getting
dun.
roses thrown at him and shit.
It took less
New
than...
York Times was there to review
And
it.
then
One of the
Sam
best.
Amarante stand up and it was like, maybe he didn't do it.
But have you thought about that? Is that a door or is that a window? That's a door. Sam.
And it took less than 2 hours for the jury to go and find John Wayne Gacy guilty on
I gonna
33
say-
charges of murder.
And they wanted to give him 33 injections too. They were
I
like,
think
that was like
that's
one of the
too long.
what?
Less than 2 hours
No,
is
no,
too long.
4 minutes per charge.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, they had to- yeah, they had to-
Charge,
Guilty,
right.
guilty.
Yeah.
Innocent on that one because I do think that boy won.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
what it was.
they're each one, because it wasn't just murder, it was also aggravated sexual assault.
How many
It
counts was he with? How many counts did they hit him with total?
33 charges of murder. He was also found guilty of sexual assault and taking indecent liberties with a child.
which
That was
also
both
was
in
another
reference
30.
to Robert
They were
Peace.
probably, each one is also, yeah.
So
those
you have
were,
to hear, like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, it comes to sentencing, and once again, it takes less than 2 hours for them to decide to put his ass to death.
And so then he began his grandstanding from jail. He did countless interviews. We've played it with chunks of them before.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
he
thing.
said
So-
that he had some knowledge of 5 of the murders.
By the end, he was totally denying everything.
Yeah.
And then his final words were "kiss my ass."
Yeah, he said that most 28 of the bodies have been committed, or 28 of the murders have been committed by employees who were in possession of keys to his house. He said, this is a quote, perhaps my biggest crime was running a cemetery without a license.
Ah, that's a great joke.
It's a great joke. He still had his sense of humor even till the end.
He should enjoy
But
himself.
of course, in America, when you get sentenced to death, you can really play that out for quite a while.
He did it for 15 years.
15 years in prison, so he died at 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he of course, this is when he became a painter.
Right.
His paintings sold from anywhere between $200 to $20,000.
And he got no profit off of this, though. That
No, he
just
did.
went to the victims?
No, he got the money
Is
went to
this
him.
what led to the law then that made
That's
it
why they burnt all his
illegal?
paintings when he was dying. When they put him into the death penalty, people
Right.
would buy the paintings and burn them.
Well, I know
Yeah.
it's illegal now for a prisoner to make profit off their crimes.
Yeah,
So
he
I
claimed
wouldn't be
his
surprised if
artwork
this
was
fine.
intended, quote, to bring joy into people's lives.
I mean, I want one.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I really want one, too.
I want one so bad.
Yeah.
The
That
one
is my prized possession. That's what I want so bad. I want a pogo. I want a real one. If
Yeah.
you got one, you get a line on one. Let us know. If you got anybody
Right.
that's making a sale of them, I want it.
You want them.
prices range anywhere from $195 for a painting of a bird to $9,500 for a painting depicting the seven dwarfs playing baseball against the Chicago Cubs.
You know,
And of course, they beat the fucking Cubs. Of
course.
The Cubbies always suck,
That's so
losing to
sad.
the Dwarves.
That's sad.
And the baseball
There's only
painting,
9 of them.
the baseball painting was able to get autographed by a lot of Hall of Famers.
That's
Hall of
hilarious.
Famers had no idea.
Sammy Sosa
All
had no
they
idea what he
knew-
was signing.
All they knew is that this is just a cute picture of the seven dwarfs playing baseball against the Cubs.
Isn't that something? Is that
great.
wrong? Is that wrong to want a painting from John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah. Where there's, I mean,
Technically, yes.
that's very wrong.
But
yeah.
but it's just such a morbid piece of history. I just want it so fucking bad.
That's the thing. I don't. Yeah, it's weird. I'll have to figure
It's
that
got
out on my
power.
own.
Yeah. That's a thing that I'll just bring to a therapist.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So he's sentenced to death, and what
sentenced
kind of? Okay, do we want to talk about his prison life?
well, I mean, we pretty
Nothing
much
really happened
we've
there.
covered his prison life. You know, he just spent the whole time doing interviews. We
Yeah.
talked. He had a couple of, I guess, dalliances with women, just like any famous
He
serial
had some
killer.
conjugal visits there.
I mean, no, he never actually had a conjugal visit.
You can't have conjugal visit on death row.
oh, okay.
Yeah, unless you're married.
Ah,
Yeah, which is how Ted Bundy was able to get the conjugal visit with his wife.
because he had to rape somebody.
Yeah,
yes.
he really did. He really had to pass that Bundy seed on.
Oh yeah, what a lucky seed it was.
And
That's a woman.
there are two of Bundy's children are out there.
I believe they're both
or not
girls,
Bundy,
right?
not Bundy, Gacy. Two of Gacy's children are still out there.
Oh,
he had
okay.
two. He had two daughters with his first wife.
You know that there's no way they're attractive, right?
Ted Bundy's daughter is probably very attractive.
But Gacy's daughters.
I mean, you know.
If Gacy's daughters ever want to come forward and talk to last podcast,
No,
on
I
the
think
lap,
no.
After
As a
we
matter
do
of-
what? After we just called them fucking pigs.
I think Gacy's daughter actually did very well. She was on the Drew Carey show. Mimi Bobek? Mimi Bobek? I think so. I'm on fire.
Murder to the ground. It's a roast out there.
Yeah. Get out of town. Leave the town.
Yes, and so Bundy or Gacy was.
You fucking
This guy every time he's just raping girls. Gacy raped boys.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, as Henry said, his last words were "kiss my ass." And in the strangest outcome, this is fascinating to me. The strangest outcome of the entire set of Gacy murders is that it led to the creation of the Amber Alert system.
Yes, really interesting because it used to be a 72-hour mandatory waiting period
Yeah.
upon like starting a missing persons report for a child.
Which is
and
totally
Sam
wrong.
Emirante did
Yeah,
it.
himself.
Sam Emirante made it real.
Starting
so
in, he
kind
set
of,
the
so he
wheels
did
in motion
redeem
in
himself.
he
1984.
did something.
Sam never worked again, but he did create the
God,
Amber
no,
Alert system.
he's still a
a
very
judge.
successful law practice.
Oh, is he
Or no,
successful?
yeah, he's a
I
judge
was sure
now.
that he is.
I think so.
He's a retired judge. He became a judge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that his career was completely ruined after
because
representing John Wayne
because he
Gacy.
did that. Because he made the Amber Alert system. It
kind of redeemed what he was doing.
In the end, he's a piece of shit, obviously, but he was doing a job. He was.
And he
everybody
was also-
deserves. Everyone
Yeah.
deserves representation.
I was
in court.
talking to our friends.
I don't think he's that bad of a person.
No,
was
he's
talking-
just a shitty. He's just a piece of shit writer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a very arrogant. But I think that people like
lawyer?
Sam
Arrogant? No.
I think people like Sam Emirante are very necessary to the American judicial
Yes.
system.
And I did talk to our friend Cena. He was on Top Hat there,
Mm-hmm.
the lawyer friend of ours, and he was saying that perhaps he used it as a tool to kind of set a precedent to get rid of like this. Like he threw all these defenses out in defense of John Wayne Gacy, so that then they can not be used so powerfully with other people who are obviously
He said
sociopaths.
it's also interesting. He's saying it's
he
from a
lost on
defense
everything.
attorney's standing point. It's an incredibly interesting case to take because you can throw anything at it.
Yeah,
you go
right.
through the most obscure, weird fucking rules and ideas in like legal precedents, and you can make something.
Right.
interesting happens.
Well, he was thrown into this whole thing because at the beginning of the trial, how he first got involved in this is the first thing that Gacy called him up and he says, "Sam, I need you to do me a favor."
Yeah,
right. Of
Because
course.
at this point, Gacy, all he wanted was the cops off his back. He was
because
he was putting an injunction against the cops.
Inconvenienced by cops. Being around
Yeah,
him.
he's like because they had confiscated his Oldsmobile. You know, he was driving his old shitty PMC truck. And so that was the only thing. So Gacy was being retained, or Amarante was being retained by Gacy at the time of the murder. And Amarante says that if he hadn't already been retained, he wouldn't have taken.
He probably would have taken.
He's
the
like,
case.
I probably would have done this because he knew. Like, it's funny. It's like he said, it's like, yeah, I know. He's like, knew my life was going to be a living hell, but you know, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
He's the limelight.
That's
Yeah.
what I love
He's
about
just-
Amarante is that
He's
is
a
a
stage
prick.
hog.
He's a prick, but he is at least an admitted prick.
Yes.
He's I know. He's like, I know I'm kind of a bad person.
This was
but-
go out there, read the book, read Defending a Monster. It's a really interesting take on the serial kill genre. It is this. I love this fucking story. John Wayne Gacy is the ultimate killer.
It's fascinating. Don't get into a car with anyone who offers you a joint.
Just don't,
If you're a kid,
ask for
if you're one of our
he's a
younger
cop
listeners.
uniform, look at the whole. I want the whole uniform. See the whole uniform. Look at his badge. Look for serial numbers on the badge.
And just, did you do anything wrong?
You know,
because if you didn't, then you don't
get into a cop's car.
If we have some younger listeners out there, and so be aware, be alert, and no, don't get into a car with anyone who offers you anything.
You're just going to be an ash treasure for a murderer.
So it's not good. It's not good. And ladies, if you can't go into all the rooms of her house, divorce your husband.
You got to marry. Yeah, exactly. If you can't go
out of
into the
there.
bedroom, it is a bad. Yeah,
It's bad. He's jacking off to a bunch of gay porn. He's gay. Let him go. Let him loose.
What's good? So we just want to end here on some.
But they did lethally inject him.
They did lethally inject him.
Did they do the
1994?
Did they do the 33?
No, although his execution was painful. They fucked it up the first time.
Yeah, it got solid inside of him. It's
Yeah,
great.
it got real solid, and it was a very painful death for him.
It got solid inside of him?
Yeah, the prison didn't know what they were fucking doing. And in
Gacy's
fact,
just like, I can just do this myself. I know exactly how to kill. Okay, can I just kill myself, please?
And in fact, based on that, on the experience with Gacy, there was a complete overhaul of the death penalty system in Illinois.
So there was some positive things.
A lot of
that
shit came
happened.
out of this, and it's an
Interesting.
incredibly compelling story. It's the perfect example of American fucking psychopathological behavior.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's nuts. So before we
Nutty guy.
also leave, I just wanted to plug something real quick. If you are in the Chicago area, we got a lot of friends living in the Midwest, a lot of people who listen to the show. Come see Murder Fist at the Chicago Sketch Comedy Festival on January 10th and 11th at 11 p.m. at Stage 773. If you want to come see me and the fucking Lizard and Big Fat Ed and Jackie do some stuff in Chicago, that's the time to see it.
And I'll tell you, you have to go see Murder Fist because they're the greatest sketch group ever. It's a full interactive experience, and it's absolutely hilarious. And
You
you're gonna
have to
fucking
see
love
him.
it.
Have to fucking
You'll be
see him.
covered in blood if you do it right.
You will like it.
Yes, you will enjoy
Join
it.
the Facebook page.
Are you falling asleep? All right, Henry's
I'm
hungover.
dying.
All right,
I'm dying.
we got to end it.
So we're going to end
take
on
us out,
just
Marcus.
John Wayne Gacy singing in his beautiful tenor for
Oh,
the
yes.
prison Christmas choir.
This is truly John Wayne Gacy singing in a prison Christmas
Right.
choir while he was doing time for his original sodomy charge.
Some people form
In
a
1968.
ragtag team, football team in prison.
No, he's singing
Other people,
songs. He's like an a cappella group. It's like Glee in there.
Yeah.
Negotiations.
Hail yourselves, everybody. Happy 2014. We're going to have a great year.
Hail Satan.
Halgeen. Oh, and go see Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
of
it's
course.
good. It's really good.
amazing.
That's great.
And in Gacy's head, he's just like, me!